The UNM Athletics Department is deep in the budget hole. The UNM Athletics Department is deep in the budget hole.
Bringing you the latest Lobo news, it's news anchor Gabriella, special reporter Sam. This is Lobos Exposed.
Gabriella here with Lobos Exposed on the topic of UNM's athletic budget and funding. A series of articles and news exposés threw UNM's athletic department into the limelight once again. According to an article posted by the Albuquerque Journal just this past August, UNM's athletic department suffered a $1.54 million deficit for the fiscal year of 2015. So, what does this mean for Lobo fans and UNM students? Well, a call for increase in student fees has been made due to the lack of fan turnout and funding. Is this really what needs to happen? And is it necessary to increase student fees because of the athletics department need, or lack thereof, for better budgeting? We sat down with UNM's athletic director, Paul Krebs, for some answers. So, how do student fees overall play a role in UNM's athletic funding?
Well, right now we get $4 million in student fees.
Okay.
That's, to sit down and do the math for a minute. So it's, it's a portion of our funding. Our budget's $33 million, so $4 million of the budget is from student fees.
Okay. And there have been reports that you wanted to increase student fees in order to increase the budget?
What I am trying to do and what we are trying to do in athletics is increase our support from those sources I talked about, either university money, state money, student money. I have never specifically said we need more student fees. What I've indicated is I believe we need more support. Where that support actually comes from, that'll be up to others to determine. And so we are trying to find more support comparable to our peers that we're asked to compete against.
Okay.
And I'm not trying to be vague. I've never said we have to have student fee money. What I've said is I believe we're deserving of more money. We're deserving of more support. And it'll be up to the university administration and the regions to determine whether they think that's appropriate. We did request a student fee increase, like a number of other student groups, and I have no idea where that'll play out.
We asked Paul Krebs a couple of questions regarding Jeff Grammer's reporting on Lobo budgeting and funding. And though transparent, he became a little defensive. Take a look. How does the attitude of spend more in order to get more attitude play into UNM athletics?
I'm not sure I understand your question.
So in a couple of the articles that we read, and one of them by Jeff Grammer, he said that there was an attitude toward that the UNM's athletic department has to spend more in order to earn more money coming in. So.
Well, I can't speak to what Jeff Grammer writes, and if you believe everything you read in newspapers and TVs, you're pretty naive.
Right.
He writes what he wants to write, and that doesn't necessarily reflect what we believe. What I will tell you is our costs go up, just like when our teams are in the Mountain West and we have to travel, just like you feel in your own personal lives. If you're hopping on an airplane to fly to Fresno or to Boise or San Diego State, our travel costs continue to rise. You know what? When they raise student fees, and that we pay those student fees. We actually pay student fees for all of our student athletes that are on scholarship. When tuition goes up, when health care goes up for staff, all those things affect our budget in a negative way. When there's an increase in room and board, or there's an increase in tuition, we pay almost $5 million in room, books, board, tuition to the university. And so when there's an increase, that increase hits us as well. So we don't walk around with an attitude that we have to spend more money. We actually are suffering through the hiring freeze like everybody else. We have 8, I think, positions right now that are frozen that we've not filled. I can't speak for what Jeff writes or why he writes it. We do spend money in marketing, we do spend money in promotions, and like any other enterprise or business, you promote your products. We do promote and try and sell tickets, so we're running advertising. We are trying to generate additional revenues through ticket sales or sponsorships, but if you ask me to explain what Jeff wrote and why he writes what he writes, I have no idea.
$4 million of the athletic budget is due to student fees. We wanted to find out if students knew exactly how much of their money contributed to the athletic department's funding. We went to ask students how they felt about this. Here's Sam at the lounge.
All right, guys.
All right. So, do you know how much students pay in fees for athletic department each year? For an department? For the athletic department. How much do students pay each year? Take a guess. Fees.
I don't think it'd be much. A couple grand.
What if I told you it was $4 million?
For what?
$4 million.
$4 million?
Yes, the schools. Yeah, last year was $4 million that the school took out in student fees. The athletic department. So you guys didn't even know that. So I mean, what do you think the school should do to make students more aware of what they're spending their money on? Students' money.
Have like a nice little, even if it's just in like that little text, be like, hey, your student fees are gonna be used for this, this, and this.
Pretty much what he said. You should have it somewhere so people can look at least up. You know what I mean? Because it's not out there. You have it on your website or something, or let people know.
You go to your Versus account and it says like this, student, and then it says student fee, a couple hundred, and you just don't know what it's for. It's just a student fee.
All right, what have I also told you? Last year, at the end of the year, 2015, end of the year, let's see, the athletic department, I think they lost, no, I'm not sure if they've lost, but they had a deficit of $1.5 million.
So they gave them $4 million and they still were in debt.
Oh, that's just the $4 million is just from student fees. That's not all they get. They get over like $30 million for athletics every year. That's just for fees. But no,
they spent all that.
They spent all that, and yet somehow at the end of the year they were down $1.5 million.
How did they spend all this money?
Well, with a $1.54 million deficit and increasing funding cuts, we can expect the university to reach a little deeper into our pockets in order to keep our athletic department afloat. Thanks for watching Lobo Exposed. Catch you next time, Lobos.